Now we're gonna sit together one more time to talk about the last part of the Lycian Way story. In this series, I'm talking about my experience of the Lycian Way. If you haven't seen the 2 previous episodes, go watch them first, otherwise you're not gonna follow the story properly. So, let's start, shall we? In the last episode, you saw that I almost gave up on the hardest part of the Lycian Way. But I didn't. I just threw myself into this mountain of 1,800 meters high and 60 kilometers long, from Demre to Fethiye, without any water refill. My plan for crossing this mountain was to do it in 2 days, and I took for these 2 days 6 liters of water with me. That means that I had 3 liters of water for each day, and it also means that I could not run into any delay. If I had a problem that I could not cross this mountain in 2 days, I would run out of water, and that would be actually a big problem. I took only 6 liters of water with me because water is really heavy, especially during such a long hike. I didn't want to take too much water, but also I didn't want to take too little water. In my first day of hiking this mountain, I reached my goal of doing the first 30 kilometers. After a short sleep, I started doing the next 29 kilometers to Fethiye. I really enjoyed hiking this mountain. There was nothing there. There were no cars, no houses, no streets. And that's what I like, to hike in the pure nature. Luckily, I reached Fethiye on the second day that I planned. Luckily, I didn't have any delays, so I had no water problems. Luckily. Now I was in Fethiye and I did in 3 days 75 kilometers. My feet started to hurt. It was for me day 20 that I was hiking the Lycian Way. And I need to tell you again that I don't want to take a bus, a train, or hitchhiking, or any motorized vehicle. Until now, I walked literally everything. For me, if I take a bus or something, it felt a bit of cheating the Lycian Way. For me, I want to hike every kilometer, every meter, every centimeter of it. But now, after this mountain, my feet started to hurt a lot. I had multiple big blisters on my feet. So I went in this drugstore to ask something for these blisters that I have on my feet. And he wants to give me like painkillers and antibiotics and blah blah blah. And I'm like, no, I don't want anything of that. So the only thing I bought is bande. I bought some bandes to put on my blisters. I'm treating it with tea tree oil. It's the only medicine I have with me that's natural. Okay, I put some bandes on my feet. And still, I didn't want to take a bus or didn't want to hitchhike. I did not want to cheat. I came from 30 kilometers a day to only 10 kilometers or maybe like 8 kilometers a day that I could cross with all these blisters on my feet. I didn't want to stop. I just wanted to continue the Lycian Way. But on this point, when I felt the most tired, when I felt the most hurt, and when I felt the most down point, there came 2 new doggo friends in my life. They just started following me. I don't know what I did, but it was more like a gift to me from the Lycian Way. These doggos were so loyal to me. They followed me everywhere. I was doing Lycian Way, hiking mountain up and mountain down, and they just came with me. It was so beautiful. I loved it. I loved to have the company of these 2 dogs with me. They slept with me together. I'm hiking Lycian Way, and if my bag is not heavy enough, I bought today 2.6 kilos of dog food. My backpack was more heavy now, and I was also going slower now, but I didn't care. I had these 2 doggo friends. I really loved them. Here was also a part of the Lycian Way that I skipped. I could just not do this anymore with my feet. These blisters were just growing and growing, and it was hurting me so much. I know, now can I not call it the Lycian Way anymore, but let's call it the Lycian Way Special Braam Edition. Yeah. On my way to Olympus, I also found these 2 dead turtles. It's pretty terrible to see because these turtles died of plastic pollution. I thought this was an obvious thing, but please don't throw your trash in nature. Watch my videos of cleaning these beaches. It's terrible. Now I was on my way to Olympus, and everybody tells me all the time that Olympus is one of the most beautiful places of Turkey. But when I arrived there, I didn't like it so much. There were a lot of cars, a lot of people, nothing for me. I continued to the next village called Chirali. Here I liked it so much more. It was more peaceful, and here there were some beautiful trees. It was day 24 of the Lycian Way, and here in Chirali I decided to take a rest of the Lycian Way because these blisters were killing me. I never saw blisters like this. I don't know if it's appropriate to show my feet like this on YouTube, but I'm still gonna do it because I've never seen blisters like this. There are just blisters on blisters on blister, blisters, oh blisters on blisters on blister, blisters, oh man, they hurt so much. While I was taking my rest in Chirali, my doggo friends, they went to do something else. They left me, but that's okay, these dogs had a free mind just like me. I really appreciate the 5 days we spent together. We hiked roughly 60 kilometers together, and I wish them the best of luck in life. Chirali is only 75 kilometers away from the end. This idea made me stoked and gave me so much energy. After a couple of days rest, it was now day 27 that I decided to continue the Lycian Way. To tell you, my feet were not healed at all. I just wanted to continue to the end of the Lycian Way because that's the longer I was waiting, that's the hotter the weather was becoming. So I didn't want to wait too long. I came across this abandoned vacation park, and I've decided to go in and have a look for myself because I like to see how nature takes over what we left behind. It's like a apocalypse feeling, like all the humans vanished because of some virus or something. Huh? Virus? Huh? But actually I rather see it cleaned up because this is also just one big garbage dump in the form of a vacation park. Did somebody ever told you that there were elephants on the Lycian Way? There were a couple of restaurants here in the park. I tried to get some food, but I needed to wait so long on my food. It was just not worth it to wait for it. So I just left, even though I was really hungry. Later I came across this other vacation park. This time it was not abandoned, but the back door was open and there was no security. And for me it was way faster to walk through the vacation park than to take a detour all around it. People saw directly that I was not fitting in so well. I had a backpack, I had dirty clothes, I was sweating, and all the people around me, they were luxury people. They had really expensive clothes, they looked so clean. And then they saw me walking. So the security catched me directly. They escorted me to the exit because it was not allowed for me to be there. Anyway, I got what I was coming for. I didn't need to do the detour. Now I quickly want to take the time to talk a bit more about my gear that I'm using to walk the Lycian Way, because I was not using any professional or expensive gear. I spent only 21 euros for all the gear that I needed to hike the Lycian Way. I bought all my gear in Belgium in second-hand stores, and this makes the price so low, and still all the products are pretty reliable. I met a lot of people on the Lycian Way and they had so expensive gear only to give up after 4 or 5 days. A lot of people think they need to have expensive gear to hike something like the Lycian Way. But to be honest, your expensive gear is not gonna hike the Lycian Way for you. You still need to do it yourself. And this is with everything in life. You don't need expensive gear to reach your goals. You don't need to have a lot of money to reach your dreams. And that's already how it's possible for me to travel already a year in my van. Day 28, I came so close to the end of the Lycian Way. I still had only 50 kilometers to do to the end. It's difficult to count, but I did roughly 420 kilometers to this point. This day I did 25 kilometers. I hiked through this canyon, and this was a beautiful canyon. This was one of my favorite hikes, for sure. The next day, day 29, I had only 25 kilometers left to reach the end of the Lycian Way. And I found out that today was a full moon. Like you saw in the first episode, I started on a full moon and now I had the chance to finish on a full moon. But if I want to finish on this full moon, I still had 25 kilometers to go. And 25 kilometers is okay, but not on day 29 of Lycian Way. I gathered all the strength that I could find in my body and I just pushed it out and I just went for it. Doesn't matter how much pain I felt. I had this mindset of, I'm gonna finish this today, I'm gonna finish this now. I didn't feel the pain anymore, I just walked right through it. And then it took me 29 days to walk from Fethiye all the way down here to the historical end of the Lycian Way in Antalya. And wow, I'm so happy to be here. A lot has happened and I learned a lot. I'm so happy to be here. This journey was something unbelievable. And I need to repeat again, I don't carry a tent. I always slept on the ground. I never did hitchhiking or never took a bus. I almost never took a hotel or hostel. I did twice, but for the rest, I just slept randomly in the nature, next to rivers, in the forest. Beautiful. So, what my plan is now is that I'm gonna hitchhike to the city of Antalya and just take some rest there. And from there, we will figure it out. But for now, I did it. Yes, I did it. I'm so happy. Let's get this hitchhiking going, you know? Yes, I did Lycian Way. And still, until this day, if I think back of how I hiked the Lycian Way, I get this goosebumps. This feeling that I got of doing Lycian Way and finish it gives me this fulfilling energy that I can now carry with me for the rest of my life. You can imagine how 29 days of pushing yourself to the limit can make you feel if you reach the end. Thank you for watching this mini series of me hiking the Lycian Way. I hope that I inspired you as well to go after your dreams and do some things that are out of your comfort zone. I have another announcement. From now on, I'm gonna try to push out every week a video. Every week on Wednesday, note it down in your agenda and tell all your friends. But if there is not a video on Wednesday, remember that I still live inside of this car and I'm still traveling towards India. Every day is a new adventure. I never know what's gonna happen the next day. Anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, and please subscribe. But for now, I hope you'll always see live stars. Follow your dreams, and until next time YouTube, ciao!